Hi guys, and welcome back to DIY Ideas. My name is Laura, and as I said in my last video, I have my new Kingsize Addi Express machine. Today we can see how we can knit with it. Okay, so absolute basics. We are going with the maximum needle count, so it has 46 needles in total, but it's -3 because these are the stoppers, the black ones. So we are just kind of following the instructions, and I actually scanned a QR code from the instructions as well and watched a video and just really followed the video. But in next videos, maybe we will try some different stuff, maybe rounds and smaller, projects. And we'll follow some other tips and yeah, just we'll see what works best. But today, really the basics, and let's get started. Okay, so we need obviously yarn. This one is recommended for size 4 to 5. Yeah, and for the Addi Express king size, apparently are best from sizes 4 to 8. Okay. And so, yeah, you can really use a lot of different types of yarn, also some that are varying in thickness, or, some that are maybe flat, let's say. You just have to be a little careful maybe about like how to put it in. But yeah, we can definitely try all that in future videos. But this is 105 meters on 50 grams. Let's see how this works. To get started, we need to put the counter here to 0. So I will move this here to 0. Maybe you have an electrical one and just have to press a button, but this is what I have to do here. And this is my lever here on the side. And I will put this on straight knitting. And then here, I have to turn my machine so that I get to the first needle. It's a little stiff here. Let's see. And it's stopping here because we are in the wrong round. So I have to go all the way around. And there we go. So here is where the machine like stops. So it always goes back and forth, kind of, yeah, like, I don't know, like telephone, rotary phone. The last black needle here you will not get past. Okay, so this should be right. I'm going for the first needle here. Okay, so we have our yarn, and we will put it into the first white needle. And then we'll put it back and forth of the next needle. Okay, just kind of back, forth, back, forth. And this is obviously against, this is counterclockwise. So when we get here to this spot, the needles really are moving quite a lot upwards, so we don't have to move too much. We just kind of go back and forth here a little bit. Okay, just like that. We don't have to do a lot. So let's see if we get back to the beginning on the right side. So this is the last one, and so we will now put it behind the black needle to the front. And we'll put it into this here, which is where the thread runs through. And you can put it either down here, and that works well for yarns that are small enough to go through there, or you can put it through the middle. Apparently it's not too important. If you have a thicker yarn, maybe just have a look what works better for you. So for the actual functionality, it doesn't really make a difference. So we don't have the black needles actually inside. This one here, when everything works well, it should, you know, not have a thread on it anymore. So from the 46 needles that we have inside, we will actually only be using 43. If everything is right, we should be able to turn it back. Okay, so nice and slow to start. But yeah, we can see here we're working backwards now. And I can see the black needle definitely still has the thread around it, right there. So let's see if that, you know, will kind of go away in a minute, because it's not supposed to be part of it. Okay, so now it's stopped, which means I have to go back into the other side, and the black needles will let go of my thread. Here I can see one little mistake or one little problem. I don't think that this is meant to be like this. I think the white needle was supposed to pull it down here, but we'll have a closer look in a minute. Okay, so the machine here is definitely counting along. At the beginning and then at the end, it's kind of like stopping a little bit, but maybe my like my tension on the thread isn't perfect yet. I will just continue knitting here for a while and then show you what the result looks like. It's really super quick, and in general it's really easy, you know, to work this machine. I am still a little skeptical of how this is going to turn out, but the system works well. It always stops here. I cannot actually continue and we'll have to go back, so that's working really well. So, I did it all very loosely here, and I can see that this actually did come loose. So at the beginning, okay, wait. We want to also obviously see what maybe is a little harder here. So we can see here that the border stitches kind of slipped out of the needles. So it's really important to make sure that the tension on the thread is right and you don't go too fast. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to see also what it looks like when you know, a mistake like this happens. But yeah, I assume in a few projects this won't happen anymore. Okay, so I definitely made a mistake here, or maybe the needle just didn't really hook on as it was supposed to. But this, I assume with, you know, a little bit of practice, will not happen anymore. You know, this border here is not very pretty, but I think for the very first try, that's okay. Here the structure is very interesting, so it's very wide and has like, let's say, holes, like a hole pattern. But I think if you turn it around and then maybe kind of pull it in the like lengthwise, we will have really nice and even stitches. Okay, so I have 35 rounds here for now. And now we will have a look of how to take it back out. Okay, so I've turned back, so I'm back at the black needles. And Now we have to go back like counterclockwise. So this last one will never latch on. And so the one before then has to let go again. And then also the third one comes up. If not, you could also obviously just take it off. And then we open here where the thread goes in and then close it back up. Otherwise, you can't really turn. It's possible that you might break your needles or something, so just always make sure you close that back up before turning. And now we will cut maybe 85 centimeters or so, or just something that approximately would cover the whole side. So I won't like zoom out, but I think you can figure out what I mean. But so yeah, basically the radius of the work. And so now I will put it through my needle. So this is the one that I have received with this machine. You can also use any other, obviously. And now, one by one, we will take every stitch. So for that, very slowly, we will go counterclockwise until the first needle, this one here, the first white needle is back down and is gone. And this is now. Okay, I can zoom in a little more. Okay, so can you see this now? The needle here has disappeared between these two red little things. And so from the inside here with my hook, with my needle, I will grab the thread here. And I will do that with every single stitch. So you always turn just a little more and then pick up the thread with your needle. Okay, you can always kind of pull it a little bit. Otherwise you have just a long chaos. But anyway, this border didn't turn out very nicely anyway, but it's more obviously here about what to do and the principle, right? And I'm just going here slowly. You can also, with a little bit of more practice, maybe take two of these threads at the same time, kind of. So I can see two needles are already hiding, so I can just take them both. There's no big difference there. Okay, so we are at the last two stitches here, and I will take them out also. And then we're done with taking out our work. So this is our Addi method. So now I have my yarn. This is a yarn that is recommended for 4 to 5 needles. And okay, so we did 36 rows here approximately. And we have a piece that's about 38 centimeters wide. This is what it looks like. After what I understood, you kind of have to like pull it a little bit to give it shape, and ideally obviously also wash. But let's have a look what it just looks like after this. This is my broke side, but I will give myself probably most of the fault for that, just because it's my first time actually using this and I might have just not paid enough attention here. I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. The question here is, how high is this? Let's take the nice side here. Okay, so it's approximately 20 centimeters. Okay, and now after pulling it a little bit, we have a length of about 30 centimeters. So just by pulling it, it, you know, shrunk by about 8 centimeters. Now we have 20 by 30 approximately. So how can you find out how many rows you have to do until it's a square? My guess would be testing, or like counting rather, how many stitches you have on 10 centimeters and how many rows you have. Let's try that out. So I'm gonna put this down here. This is for counting stitches. And this is, you know, a little, you know, maybe not perfect, but that's okay. It'll help us anyway for the next time we do it. How many rows we might want to knit to have, you know, the same, or like the length that you want. Okay, so for me, this resulted in 14 stitches in width and 18.5 rows or stitches in length. And with that, you know, you can kind of calculate how many rows you want to knit to get to your, you know, wanted length or so. So if I wanted something that was 30 centimeters long, then I would calculate 30 centimeters times 1.85, and that's 55 and a half rounds. So that's a, you know, 55. And for the width, it's kind of similar. So if I want it to be 30 centimeters wide, then I should do 30 centimeters times 1.4, and that is 42 stitches, so one less, so it'll be a little slimmer than the king size total, because we are not counting the black needles, so it's only 43. Okay, so with my 34 needles, I get something that is about this wide. That's a great way to know for next time already what we might want. And here at the bottom and top, this isn't, you know, this is kind of interesting. These last stitches, you could either kind of just pull a little tighter, so we have a little bit of thread here that we can pull on, so that it doesn't look quite as loose, or you could put them, you know, put them on the needles and then actually finish off, you know, the ordinary way, let's say. So obviously, because this is, you know, knit stitch 100%, we have, you know, it rolls up. So something we have to like kind of come up with. So maybe we connect it to the next piece, or we make a nice border. And here at the border, it looks pretty good. Let me zoom in a little. So in general, I think for the first try, it looks pretty good. This one's a little big. These ones are a little smaller. And then here, this is my epic fail. I don't know what happened here. But I think I might have had not enough tension on the thread. I think it's fine for the first time, obviously. Maybe this won't happen to you. I would not wish it on you. But this is something we will definitely work on in the next video. How exactly can you have nice borders, and yeah, how to have just obviously good stitches on the sides, and yeah, how to make just a nice piece here. I really hope that you had you know, this was a little helpful for you, and I hope that I didn't deter you from getting a king size machine. I think these have a lot of potential, and with a little bit of practice, you know, I think this will be great. So stay with us, and let's try again next time for something great. And yeah, and have fun knitting, and yeah, with your next projects. Bye!